Okay, I normally almost always do my videos in landscape mode, but since I don't have my helper right now, I'm going to be doing this in portrait, I think is what they call which is up. So I know that's probably not significant to you, but we're doing videos for as long as I have. Oh boy, this thing is high. And something to note, I'm a tall guy, but it does have steps on it that are built into these flares. I was a little awkward because Brandon decided to park this kind of on a hill, so if it's flat ground, it's not too bad to get into. But if it's parked like it is right now, it is, you know, or you're wheeling in it and you park it and you're not conscious about where you leave it, it's definitely up there. So, a couple things I want to tell you before we get going here. I mentioned this stuff earlier, but it's got a brand new transmission put in, loop clutch, brand new. It was converted to external slave, which is an absolute must, and a flywheel. It's had a tune-up, it's had new brakes, and really doesn't need anything. It's ready to rock. So it's got tilt steering wheel, which is very rare. They're getting hard to find. It's got delayed wiper. These are all upgraded options in the factory. It's got a nice Grant steering wheel. Now, whether you like this wheel or not, you can swap it back out to factory if you like. It is a nice wheel, and it looks like an ambery red at first. Got a little bit of fade to it, but it's still in really good shape. And it does have a really nice, like, what's the right word for it? Just, I don't want to say fancy, but just quality, okay? Some of the wheels I've seen out there are junk, so. Now I think he said we were low in fuel, so what we might do is run down and get fuel in it and come back. I like to usually go down and do a video down by the sheriff's station. They have a nice parking lot I like to set up in. But anyway, the 1990s and 1991s, specifically the 91, is got old school stuff in it. So you got old school gauges, you got a clock, which is abnormal. You can just see how clean this thing really is. It works. Normally these clocks are shot. They don't work. You can see it ticking in there. It's not accurate time, but we haven't messed with that. Okay, heaters here. And again, I said this earlier and I said I'd readdress it. If you were to put AC on this, it's fairly easy to do. Everything's bolt right on, and the AC unit actually bolts underneath this dash. It's a separate unit. So you don't have to pull the dash, pull the heater box, anything like that. You do have to do that on the later stuff. It's four-wheel drive. Okay, your shift on the fly down here into high. And then, of course, you have to stop, put it in neutral if you want to go into low. And then it's got the new tranny I was just telling you about. It's got a really nice interior in it. Their best top. I'm usually not a huge fan of aftermarket seats, except for in a YJ. And the reason is, YJ's kind of got the shaft when it came to their interiors. They look great, but they don't hold up. You'll notice the glove box door is missing. It's not. I had Brandon clean this dash up, and he was supposed to put that on. I just realized he forgot it. So we'll get that. It just bolts on the bottom. We'll get that put back on there for you. And yeah, anyway, these seats, they're very comfortable, and they give you a little bit more than the factory seats give you. And they have a nice headrest built in, and then this is a full set, so it's got the matching actually, that looks like a factory rear seat back there in this thing, but it's a black leather like this has, so we did really well with that, okay? And then there's no rust on this Jeep. You know, I want to emphasize that because that's really what we've been known for years on our parts, rust-free Jeep parts. And I take no less pain and agony or whatever to try to find the Jeeps when we do sell them whole to make sure they're rust-free as well. So we'll go through, we scope our frames, we look through our tubs. There's areas that you can look for. So, you know, there's no rot, and you don't have to worry about that. It's a major problem these days with people buying Jeeps. And I see it on local. I see it when they buy them remotely. And it's just people not being honest and not showing when they're rusty. This one does not have rust on it. It is very clean. It has always been in Colorado and Utah, or the Southwest. It has never been any of the Midwest, East Coast states. And I think you can really appreciate that if you live in the Midwest, East Coast, and know how bad they are. And then on top of that, and this isn't going to really spell this out in the ad, but I'll tell you now, Transportation. I've been doing this a long time with parts. We ship big parts. I deliver parts myself. We always put in the ad is responsible to the buyer, because ultimately it is, but I can help you do it, all right? It doesn't include any transportation. That would be on you guys, but you can fly to Junction, you can fly to Denver, you can fly to Salt Lake, and I will give you pricing for each of those options. If you decide you want a major airport, it's going to be Salt Lake City or Denver. If you are okay with flying into a regional airport, it's going to be here in Grand Junction or Montrose. Telluride has got a decent regional airport, and when I say decent, they're Southwest, and some of the bigger airlines do fly into these. And then you have Eagle Vale. There's another airport there. It's a couple hours away. So there's options for that if you want to get in. Now, I always get this every ad. Every time I put up anything, Jeep, truck, tractor, doesn't matter. Can I drive it home? Maybe not a tractor, but yes, absolutely. I mean, 100% know that this Jeep, you could get it in Grand Junction and drive it to Tampa or Miami or Maine or Alaska. Yes, you definitely could. Now, I'm going to list this two ways. It's going to be the way that you see it as is. That's going to be your starting off price. That's the way it goes. If you want to use the buy it now, you'll get a hard top out of the deal. Okay, there's a freebie there only on the buy it now. There's no reserve. There is a starting price. Okay, that starting price is the minimal, obviously, and then there's a buy it now. The buy it now is where a lot of our Jeeps end up ending. A lot of our Jeeps sell before they end, and that's because they're so clean, they're so rust-free, and people, they know they're a good deal. When it comes to rust-free Jeeps, they're hard to get anymore. So keep that in mind. There is a little bit of a bonus there. So on top of that bonus, I actually have another bonus, and these are very rare, and they're in pretty good shape. I'll show them to you guys in another photo. But I do have a set of upper fiberglass. Okay, so they're not the soft uppers, they're the fiberglass, so they're hard top compatible. That's a big thing because on YJs, not all the uppers are hard top compatible. Okay, so we have a couple options. We can set you up with a soft top and just a normal set of soft uppers. Okay, and that would be included in the buy it now, or we can set you up with a hard top and we can set you up with the hard upper fiberglass. Okay, and that would be included in the buy now. You can pick. It's not both, not both soft top. You can buy, if you say I want the soft top, but I'd like to buy the hard top, we can set it up that way for you. That's not a problem. But regardless, you're going to get, with the buy it now, you're going to get a complete top with it and a way to close the upper doors and a good looking way to do it, especially on the hard top option. So if you don't want that, you're going to run it on the beach, you're going to run it around town, your climate is moderate, or you can drive it at night if it's hot, blah, 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 then fine. Just go for the auction and go that route. And if you end up at the buy it now, this is another thing. If you end up at the buy it now and you don't want that stuff, I'll take off the value of those things. So a hard top right now is running about $1,000, depending on which one. And that set of uppers I was telling you about is about $500. So you get about $1,500 off if you decide, or you can put $1,500 towards something else. So if you want AC, we can give you, that's about the same price. We can give you an AC kit. You'll have to put it on, but I can walk you through a lot of that. So there's there's a little bit of an extra there, and I do that a lot in our videos or our ads. This is probably, haven't had a Jeep for sale whole in about 2 years. We primarily do parts out of here. We have 7 acres. But I collected a few nice things over the past few years, and I sat on them for a long time. This is one I didn't really want to sell, but I got property taxes due. So it's that time of year, and I'm going to get caught up on that. And I got a couple other things that we're putting up as well. So, all right, so let's see. I know her battery is new, so hopefully she fires right up. She looks like she's got good voltage over here. Okay, fuel gauge says full. Maybe somebody went down and filled it for me because it's showing fuel. We'll start it up and see, and then we should get oil pressure, and then once she comes online, we should have our temp gauge too. Okay, nice oil pressure. Okay, up 60. Probably when it gets warmed up, she'll be around 40, but we'll see. And then we'll go from there, okay? So, again, I apologize. It's going to be a little difficult the way I'm going to have to do this. And I guess since it's got fuel, does have a working e-brake. Since it's got fuel, we're just going to go take photos. And hopefully I don't run out over here if that is wrong. So, once I get out on the road, I can this one-handed right now. I don't know if I can get that to focus any better for you. I see a cop. They just changed the laws here. You can't have a phone in your hand, so that's fourth gear there. It's really not fast enough for fourth, so we're only going about 30 right now. But you can see it shifts into fourth at least, and then I'll get into fifth when I go down this hill up here. Holy moly, what they have happened here? Like a trash truck lost something. We've been back here in a while. We dirt bike back here, but oh, they are. Man. Alright, well, I wonder why I haven't seen them. So this is second, third, fourth, and fifth. Really not going fast enough for this, but I wanted to show as we get through all the gears. So I'm just gonna have to go back, I guess. There's a spot I was hoping for. There's a really good little parking lot over here, but push my luck because there is a sheriff's station right here, and I don't have a tag on his Jeep right now, so watch RPMs over here. I can hold the phone. A little parking lot over here I'll go into. Now, if you've ever wanted to come to Grand Junction, Colorado, I can tell you a few things that are near us that might be worth the trip out here. We're 90 minutes from Moab, and realistically, this is actually Easter Jeep Safari going on this week. We're in a prime time of year to be come out here. It's not overly hot right now. So if you have the time, it might be worth your while. We're a little bit early for our southern mountains to be open. Those are those ones down there. You can kind of see the mountains. Well, actually, not that one. They're further down the San Juans. So, but they're nonetheless. All right, cool. Let's put. Looks like the steering wheel's a little cockeyed. All right, let's do. Now I'm going to end the video here. Yeah, it does look like that fuel gauge is working, so that's good. Somebody did fill it up for me. I'm gonna end it here, but I'm gonna do another video of the interior, the exterior. So basically an overall video, exterior, show you any flaws in the body, the body kit that's on it, which is a factory kit. It was only on the Renegades, and then give you a peek at the undercarriage, just to show you again that it is rust free. So stay tuned for that one. There was a good video on an engine and the engine a little bit ago, and yeah, we'll get it photoed, and then I'll get it posted tonight. So I appreciate your time and watching this, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of them.